DJI just launched the Neo 2 inches China, and the reaction has been mixed. Excitement, confusion, frustration, all in the same comment section. Because while Chinese buyers already have their hands on it, the rest of the world is still waiting. So what's really going on? Why can't you buy DJI's newest drone outside China yet, and when will it finally land in your country? Let's break it down. First, what's official? The DJI Neo 2 went on sale in China this week, priced at around $205 for the base kit. It weighs about 151 grams with prop guards, shoots 4K at 60 frames per second or even 100 frames for slow motion, and gets roughly 19 minutes of flight time. It also includes forward-facing vision sensors, which is a big upgrade from the first Neo that only had downward sensing. It's light enough to be certified as a C0 drone under European regulations. That's the under 250-gram class, which means minimal paperwork for hobby pilots once it launches there. Sounds good, right? So why is it still China only? Well, that's where things get interesting. DJI's official line is simple: the Neo 2 will roll out globally later. But behind the scenes, there are a few reasons this launch is more complicated than usual. First, regional certification. Every new drone needs separate approval for each market: CE for Europe, FCC for the United States, and so on. Right now, DJI's public FCC filings for the Neo 2 are still incomplete. That means it can't legally be sold in the US yet, and the timing couldn't be trickier. The American government has been tightening restrictions on Chinese tech companies, and DJI has already been under the microscope for a while. There's no outright consumer ban, but new rules could block new DJI products from getting fresh FCC approvals. So even if the Neo 2 is technically ready, paperwork and politics may be holding it back. Meanwhile, Europe looks like the next stop. Several distributors have quietly listed November 13 as the expected launch date, with prices starting around $259 after taxes. DJI hasn't confirmed it officially, but that timeline lines up with how their China-first launches usually play out: local rollout, short delay, then Europe, then the rest of the world. Canada and Australia? Still no word. But if history repeats, they'll likely follow Europe within a few weeks, assuming the US delay doesn't cause ripple effects. Now, the most common question: will the Neo 2 batteries work with the original Neo? Unfortunately, no. The new battery pack uses a different design and connector, which means older Neo batteries won't fit. That's a little disappointing for early adopters, especially since the Neo 2's spare batteries are priced at about $99 each, nearly double the previous model. DJI says this new design improves performance and power density, and that might be true, but it's still a costly change for anyone upgrading. Another mystery is the detachable transceiver module. Some early leak images showed a small plug-in accessory that would let the drone use DJI's long-range OcuSync link with goggles and remotes. But that module doesn't appear in the official Chinese store listing, not yet anyway. So it could either be delayed, region-locked, or reserved for a pro version later on. If DJI really plans to offer modular range upgrades, that would be a first for a budget-class drone and a very smart move if they pull it off. All this confusion, the pricing gaps, the staggered rollout, the accessory questions might sound messy, but it's also classic DJI strategy. Launch fast where regulations are easiest, test the production line, gather early feedback, then roll out globally once everything stabilizes. It's a calculated approach, and it works even if it drives enthusiasts crazy. So here's the quick summary. The DJI Neo 2 is officially available only in China right now. Europe should see it around mid-November. The US launch is uncertain due to ongoing FCC and policy reviews. Batteries are new and not backward compatible. And that detachable range module, still missing in action. If you're watching from North America and wondering whether to wait or import one, my advice? Give it a few weeks. DJI tends to synchronize firmware and accessories only after global certification clears. Buying early might leave you without software updates or warranty support. For everyone else, this drone still looks like one of DJI's smartest designs yet. Lightweight, smart sensors, long battery life, and just enough AI to make flying simple again. Once the Neo 2 goes global, it could easily become the go-to travel drone of the year. If it clears the red tape, of course. That's all for now. If you're waiting for your country's launch, drop a comment below and tell me where you're from. I'll track each region's rollout and post updates when the dates are confirmed. Thanks for watching Tech Court. Case closed, for now.